Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah. Welcome to our show today. It's almost Christmas.
I know.
I forgot about that.
I'm so excited.
In this episode, Jill and I talk about offers to owners that actually work and ones that don't. I love this topic. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landacademy.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Ray asked, I noticed after sending my first mailer that some of the lots are listed on the MLS for sale. Can we buy these without going through the agent? What if the seller doesn't disclose that it's listed and we don't know this fact? Can I make a comment first?
Yeah, sure.
You don't need no stinking agent, by the way. That's a whole nother show and a whole nother topic, but every time it comes up, I kind of want to go,
it's not another episode. It's a whole additional show that Jill and I have planned.
Yeah.
Real estate agents in the list of least trustworthy professions. Now, I looked this up recently. There's 3 professions on this planet where just the general opinion out there, whether it's right or wrong, I don't care, but this is a fact.
Mm-hmm. It's negative.
It's extremely negative. Number 1, politicians. Nobody trusts them for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. Right. Number 2, car salesmen. Number 3, real estate agents.
Yep. So we had a whole breakfast the other morning, just as and this is a little spoiler alert, that we are throwing out a new topic for a new show, and that's a lot of it. It's going to be around, you don't need an agent to do this stuff. And people even come to us often. I see it in Bigger Pockets. What do you mean you're an investor? I mean, don't you need to be a broker and have a broker's license or do this stuff? No, you don't. No. It's like it's like a for sale by owner. I'm buying my own asset. I'm selling my own asset. I'm not representing anyone. And people don't know that you can do this, and it's not crazy and it's not hard. So
there's some things that residential real estate agents do, the good ones, that are extremely valuable. The vast majority that I've ever met are a total waste of time.
I know.
And it's ridiculous how much money they charge.
I concur.
And if you're buying and selling like we do, there's 2 ends of the transaction. You're going to spend 12 to 18% of the whole transaction value on your stinking agent. Mm-hmm. And it's all because they have access to the MLS and you don't. Well, guess what? There's something called the internet now.
Exactly.
And there's people like Jill and I who are creating whole companies where you can input 6 pieces of information get all of it out for $50 instead of $30 or $40 or $50,000
exactly.
that it costs to sell a house. If I sound angry, it's because I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pile of crap.
We're Jack and I are we're going down that path of changing the way people buy and sell real estate now.
That's exactly right.
And we're not messing around.
You need a real estate agent to sell your stinking house.
You don't.
And you should never be paying that kind of money. It's
there
ridiculous.
Are some good ones. You know what? That's the reality. If you ask any good real estate agent too, by the way, they will say, "Oh yeah, there's so many idiots in my world. It's not even funny." They will admit that.
My little sister is an extremely successful real estate agent in Northern Michigan, and it's because she provides a level of customer service and unique style, I think, to people in selling their houses. That's what it takes, like staging.
Yeah.
That is a value that real estate agents can really give, and none of them do.
We just by the way, those top 3, your little sister is a real estate agent, and my little brother is a politician. I just had to throw that out there.
Oh my gosh.
So we know of what we're talking about.
Do you know any car salesman?
That's the only thing we don't have in the family. Thank goodness.
Oh my gosh, Jill.
Isn't that funny?
I think your brother's really straightforward, transparent,
He is trying to make a difference.
He started being a politician
because he's not a career politician.
After he was independently wealthy,
right?
So he's not in it for hosing people.
That's the reality. I mean, I don't think he went into this to be the non-politician and said, holy crap, it's hard to get stuff done here. There's a lot of politicians around. Yeah. Oops, sorry, I swore.
The vast majority of politicians are attorneys, and I've never met an attorney who can do any math at all.
Very interesting.
Before this last election, I went and looked up the professions. There's a bunch of places on the internet you can go. The professions of all of our presidents since George Washington.
Oh, well, now that's an interesting article.
98% of them were attorneys.
Wow.
A few were military generals. A few were and attorneys. A few were actors like Ronald Reagan and farmers. Like very few.
Like peanut farmers.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Or
That's
Ronald
very
Reagan actor, you know.
You and I read very, very different material in our free time.
That's right.
That is not something I would have looked up.
Anyway, we should probably answer this question.
Oh, yeah. What were we talking about?
Stupid MLS.
Oh,
all right,
gosh.
so
that's why now you know this is how we have a whole new show on it because we can't stop talking
you know
about
there's
it.
no MLS for commercial real estate. And there's a reason for that. Because generally people in commercial real estate are a little bit brighter than people in residential real estate. And they don't want a single point of failure like that.
Exactly.
They want to provide the customer service and the level that for their clients that is required. And I don't put real estate agents, commercial real estate agents in this pile that we're talking about.
This pile.
At all. I'm not talking about commercial people.
Right.
Because I used to be a commercial real estate agent.
It's a different world.
I'm talking about residential, sell your primary residence.
Exactly.
Real estate agents.
Do you want to answer the question?
Yeah,
You want me to? Go.
This happens to me. This has happened to me many times over my career. Here's how it works. When you list a property with an agent as a seller and an owner, the vast majority of the time it's an exclusive relationship. So regardless of how the buyer gets found, the agent gets paid. No matter if they work a ton of time or no time, they get paid. So my short answer to this, Ray, is pass on the deal. However, there's nothing stopping you if it's a smoking deal, but you know you're going to have to deal with an agent, and they're going to send you one of those offers, the state suggested quote unquote offers that are 92 pages long, and you're going to have to sign it 50 places and sign your children away and the whole thing, because that's what agents do. They make everything complicated to justify their existence. If I sound angry, I am. So I would walk. You want to do this the way that Jill and I have set it up, where there's an offer. I mean, there's an owner and a buyer like you, and that's it. And a single piece of paper, purchase agreement that says, I agree to buy, you agree to sell for this amount during this time frame. Is it easy? Can you do this? Yeah, absolutely, you can do it. There's no, there are no rules that say, but it's just now you got another person involved, and they're not motivated like you are to negotiate the right price and terms and the whole thing.
That's the thing. I mean, usually when there's an agent involved, it's funny because in our world, there's not a lot of agents that really do get involved because a lot of these properties are not worth that much, and it's not worth the agent's time. You know, a commission on $6,000 versus a commission on $600,000 are very different.
That's right.
So most agents are going to be like, pass. So, and I haven't talked about this in a while. I have some great relationships with some agents that
send us deals.
Yeah, they found me years ago. And so when any of these land deals, they just see them as not worth their time come along, they just send them right to me. They just forward me the emails.
We crack up about it around the office.
It's great. I'm like,
Jill's sentence is, why don't you just buy this thing?
That's exactly it.
Well, you could make more than you would make if you bought and sold this piece of property. You would make more than the average amount of money that you make.
Yeah, your commission.
And a commission on it. Not on this deal, but really any deal.
And they're a little bit afraid of it. They're like, oh no,
it's a totally
not
different
my thing.
mindset.
They that's right. They think they don't know how to deal with land. Yeah, you do. You're dealing with property. You know, real estate price agents, different.
They all have a short list of escrow agents. By the way, escrow agents are my hero. The stuff, they're so underpaid for what they do. Real estate agents don't know how to do deals.
Right.
They would be dead in the water without an escrow agent. They all have, the good ones have great escrow agents behind them that they do all the work.
Yep. You don't need no stinking agent, but the escrow people are good.
You do need, and we have, escrow agents and good ones.
They'll solve problems.
Yeah.
They do the work.
Exactly.
So
if you have a question or you'd like to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landacademy.com. Today's topic, this is the meat of the show, offers to owners that actually work and some that don't. Go ahead.
Well, I had 3 things that I wanted to cover on this. One is the number of offers that you're sending. The quantity of the offers is part of what makes it work. The quality of the offer, what's in it, the meat of it, is what makes it work. And then how you handle it afterwards is what makes this work.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
That was totally off my radar, the last piece.
Oh, good.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Before, during, and after.
Okay, good.
You like that?
So, okay, good. Before.
Before,
yes,
that's
this is
you.
Perfect, Jill.
Okay.
Before, you want to scrub data. You need access to a database, and you need to scrub the right database. For example, every assessor's tax roll that you pull out of RealQuest or wherever you're getting your data is going to have like the U.S. government. The U.S. government owns this property. You do not want to send it. It's just you're wasting 50 cents. Now, there's in the programs, I give pretty strong suggestions about what to scrub out of your data and what to keep in there, and in great form. Some of our members completely do not listen to me, and they do great.
Exactly.
They do great with it. What do you mean take out the federal government? I just bought, I
bought from that bank.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. So
yeah.
there's strong suggestions, and it's stuff that works for us. So getting the right data and scrubbing for whatever your personality type is, that's before. Mm-hmm. And it's imperative. If you're buying a really cheap list on the internet, it's probably cheap for a reason.
Or buying it from another person.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Or you get it directly from the county. It's not the right way to do this. You need a PhD in data scrubbing.
Because every county's going to be different.
It's all different, and you're not getting the data.
Taking you weeks instead of hours.
You need the assessed value to do this properly, and ironically, a lot of the county direct data does not include that.
Mm-hmm. And the improved percentages.
So there's 9 reasons. We're not going to go into it today.
Yeah.
There's 9 or 19 reasons why you should never get data from the county. Direct.
9 or 19.
If you enjoy paying, go for it.
Exactly.
If you like to get CDs in the mail, go for it.
All right, so that's the before. You want to talk about the during now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm talking about owners that work. What's in the offer? It's a good, respectable, 2-page, personalized, legitimate offer.
With a signature block where you've signed it and you'd like the other person to sign it.
With clearly stating out your price, your terms, how it's going to go down, all of that, where to find you, stuff about your company because you are a real person, you're a real company, whatever it is. All of that's in there. People, it's not a postcard to Dear Resident. Call me. I want to talk about your house. Hi, Mr. Smith. You don't know me. This is my company. This is, by the way, in case you're wondering how I found you.
This is my full name.
Yeah. This is all legal.
This is my website.
All public information, if you want to include that.
And I understand that you own 40 acres in Nevada, in Pershing County, Nevada, and the APN is 123-456-XYZ. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I want to purchase your property for $3,500 or $3,500, and I can have a cashier's check to you within 10 days upon receipt. Pending my due diligence.
Pending my review of the property.
Exactly.
And so imagine if you got a letter. Almost all of us have cars, right? Imagine if you got a letter that said, I would love, Dear Jack, I am interested in purchasing your 2007 silver 4Runner with about 122,000 miles on it for X amount of money. All right? That's going to make you stop and really start thinking about.
I don't care what condition it is.
Why does this guy know so much about this?
Yeah.
How is he so organized? I'm sure that he never. And here's the takeaway from this part of it. I feel special. Mm-hmm. I feel like this guy must care, and to do all this research, send me a letter like this that's respectful and it's grammatically correct. Mm-hmm. You know what? Maybe I will send it. I am going to now start. I never thought about selling that car. But if the thing's reasonable, and obviously he's going to send me a check, I mean, send me a cashier's check and a notary person right to my house or my office.
Right.
You know, all of that combined, that's not full retail value, but man, I don't have to go clean it up. I don't have to vacuum it anymore. I was thinking about now, you know what? I am going to sell it. I'm tired of paying the fees on it every year. That's exactly the thought process that you're provoking when an owner opens the letter.
And it's not gimmicky.
Right.
Please don't put $1 in there or do something silly like that. It doesn't have to be on a yellow letter made to look like it's handwritten. No, it's a really nice, real offer.
I joke about it, but what you're sending is a love letter. You want to evoke the same kind of, oh my gosh, I feel special. This guy wrote me this letter, and I think he really likes me. He knows all this stuff about me. He knows the color of my eyes. You know. I mean, that's a little bit hokey, but you want to put some effort into it now. And through a mail merge, now is it practical to do this 1,500 times every month? No, that's what mail merges are.
If you do that to a girl, by the way, now it's really not love letter, it's stalker. But anyway, that's just what I said. Could you imagine? Hey, Jill, I know you're 5'6" and you have brown eyes, and I want to take you to dinner on Tuesday, pending my review of your backside. I want to make sure you still weigh what's on your driver's license.
Pending a review of your bust size.
Because you
and your mood that night.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Jesus, Jill. Take something beautiful like a love letter and make it all.
I'm sorry. You know, Jack, I love you, but that whole mail merge love letter thing, I can't quite wrap my head around that one. But okay, the car I love.
My point is, don't send trash. Do it right. That's why you get such a high yield.
Okay, now the after.
Yeah.
Okay, so the after is
you're the after expert.
Answer the phone. Call them back. Be respectable. And if you want to buy it,
respectful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Respectable full. I'm making up my own words now.
Manage your bottom size, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's right. Jeez. What you put on your driver's license, make that be your real weight. Your real height. Isn't that funny how they never check that?
Have a respectable bottom size.
Shoot, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on my next time I go get a license. I'm going to say I'm 6 foot. Let's see if that passes. Right. I bet it would go. I bet I could get that through.
Former supermodel.
No one pays attention.
Yeah.
No one pays attention. So anyway, that's so funny. But follow through. Do what you say you're going to do. And if you don't want the property for any reason, just say, you know what? I did my review. It doesn't meet my criteria right now. Gosh, maybe someday I'll circle back around. Yeah. I wish you all the best.
Or it doesn't have the access that we expect. So the $3,500 offer that we actually thought about, I love it at $2,000, but at $3,500, that's probably what I'm going to sell it for.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Or just walk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should use that as a negotiation tactic, but sometimes that's just the truth.
Right.
And they know that. If they don't, you can send them a couple of screenshots on Google Earth and say, I'm sure you've never been to this property, and I don't think any human being has ever been to this property. That's how hard it is to get to. So,
yeah.
I love it at $1,000 or whatever. I can move it at $1,000, but I'm going to have to fully disclose all this stuff, and I don't think you're going to use it anyway now.
I know when you bought it, they said they're going to put a shopping mall next door, but here's an aerial shot. They didn't do it.
There's a whole section of Imperial County, California, that was used for bombing tests.
Oh gosh.
So if you go there, and there's a lot of we don't send mail out to Imperial County anymore ever, because there's a lot of bombing range real estate there.
There's a crater on your property. Yeah. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, well, you used to have property there.
Yeah. The elevation changed by about 500 feet.
I learned that the hard way, by the way.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, those trees that were around there, they're not there anymore. Okay.
Yeah, so manage the deal flow on the way in, and show the same respect that you did when you sent the letter. Mm-hmm. There was a time that, now we have a whole staff, but there was a time when I only did deals where they signed them and sent them back.
Right.
If there's any negotiation at all, I said no. If people were calling multiple times because they needed the money, I killed the deal.
Right.
And so I don't know if we have any members that are that crazy about it, but you know,
Right.
if you send enough mail out like we do, you can pull that off.
Mm-hmm. Just pick the best ones.
Right. The slam dunks. Let's
And
the low-hanging
that's what
fruit.
works.
So that's what works. That's the whole, people say, what's the secret? That's it.
That's it.
Those are the secrets right there for
Now
free.
you got it.
Now you need the data,
Exactly. We can help.
which is what we sell. We don't sell stupid stuff. We
Thank
sell
you.
the tools you need.
Exactly.
The data and the relationship with the best printer on the planet, in my opinion, and the cheapest.
Exactly. And we worked hard to get it.
Yeah.
We worked hard to get it at rates where we're saving everybody time and saving everybody money.
It's about half.
I think it's less than half.
Of what you would spend if you walked in off the street.
I think
That's
it's less
the
than
deal
half.
we created for all of us here.
Because there's tools that we provide that you can't get on your own.
That's right.
No, you just can't do it.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
And inspiration, that's me.
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in sending offers to owners that work. You're cracking me up, man. This bus size thing.
You said the bus size. I said the backside size. That the bus is. That's funny how you heard something totally different than what I said.
Bust backside.
I said backside weight on your driver's license height.
It's all beautiful stuff.
That kind of thing.
So are love notes, by the way, but you're not interested in getting any. So
How
that's
many
fine.
are you sending out? If you send 100 offers to 100 girls, one of them's gonna call you back.
That's right.
I bet you're right.
No, I know. That's exactly.
Oh,
what's
excuse
going
me.
on.
Have you tested this?
No, and it's not so much that, and maybe that's the girl you want. We don't know, but the whole thing is you caught her on the right day,
Yeah.
and that's what happens with these owners. Maybe tomorrow she's going to say, "No freaking way."
Exactly. He called me back. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're back together.
Did you ever have somebody break up with somebody and then and you say something like this? God, that guy was an asshole anyway.
That's
And then they
funny.
get back together the next week and it's like, oh, all this bad stuff. I never.
Oh, yeah. You know what I was just thinking about? You were talking about offers to girls. I bet the offer, if you send 100 letters to 100 girls, 2 will contact you back. Now, in reverse, if I sent 100 letters to 100 guys,
Jesus.
50 would call you back.
No, I think 80.
With no photo.
I bet this. Yeah, there's a business here somehow.
Oh, no. That
I'll get
doesn't
back
sound
to you
legal.
on Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.